Blast me to the mortal realms. It's time for the Mad Merlins review of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer, issue 72 by Hachette Partworks and Warhammer. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer issue review, and today we're taking a look at issue 72, which brings us possibly our coolest Stormcast model to date, which is Lord Commander Bastion Carthalos, who is a really nicely ornate model, really nice detailed base as well for a named character. He has a couple of build options, so you've got either the helmet or his bare head as well, which I can't actually see. No, there he is, up there. And yeah, he's got two options for weapons, so he's either got his single-handed hammer out here, or you can have it in a nice double-handed pose, which I think I might be going for the awesome double-handed pose, make him look a bit more aggressive stance. Yeah, lovely details, some nice extra bits. You've got a little plinth here, which has a cloud of smoke coming out. You've got plenty to see, a couple of skulls to stick around as well. And yeah, lots of rocks and stuff. He's got loads of extra armor pieces on him to make him look really commanding. And yeah, he is an awesome model to add to a Stormcast collection. Also in this issue, we have all about Archaon the Everchosen, and we are into our final campaign. So before we dive into the issue, don't forget to of course do all the usual, which is like this video if you're enjoying the content, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and please do consider giving me a follow down below, drop me a comment, and check all the links including my Patreon page. Right, let's dive into issue 72 and take a look at that awesome new Bastion model. So, now take a look at the frame first of all. So we got a 50mm base, which is perfect for all that detail to go on, so won't have much room for basing material. But yeah, here we have the model. So I believe we're told to leave this guy in several sub-assemblies. Let's get closer at some of the detail. So we got the main base detail itself. We got some additional rock here. We got a little sort of brazier with a smoking pile of coals. You got a big heavy metal shoulder pad there, another shoulder pad there which is attached to part of the cape. Got his legs, which are in two parts down here. Got his awesome back banner, front torso there, back torso. I got an additional torso there as well. I guess that's like a front plate to go on top of that, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, he's got like multiple layers, which is really cool. And yeah, you got the two options of hammer, so either double-handed or single-handed. Then you got a single hand here. Got the bare head option, which is really cool. Nice sort of grizzled veteran. He's got two big scars across his head, and he's got a circlet around his head there as well. But I think I'm going to go for that amazing helmet option with that big ornate bushy beard. Yeah, there we have his cloak, which has beautiful heraldry of his personal icon there, the axe. Although his weapon is a hammer, his personal heraldry seems to be a double-headed axe in the form of lightning bolts, which is weird. But yeah, there's the underside, so you can see how everything connects. And yeah, so looking forward to building this guy, getting him painted, and yeah, he'll definitely look good, I believe, in red as a version of Bastion that belongs to a different storm host. So yeah, really cool model. Right then, I'll adjust the camera and we can take a look at our latest issue. Alright, diving into issue 72 then. So we have one page all about Archaon the Everchosen. We have collect, build, paint and play articles for Bastion Carthalos. And we have the Last Stand battle plan, Valley of Shadows. So let's kick things off with a bit more about the big bad of all the big bads, Archaon, the ever-chosen of Chaos. You can't spell chaos without KO in Archaon. So yeah, Archaon is the greatest Chaos Warlord to have ever lived. He has been bestowed an honour few beings have ever received, the blessing of the 4 Chaos Gods. Although now that the Great Horned Rat is effectively a Chaos God, I wonder if he's given Archaon his blessing. Who knows? We'll have to wait to see how future story arcs plan out for the new edition. But yeah, he has come from the world that was. He rides a great Chaos Beast, which has the head of Khorne, Nurgle, and Tzeentch. Great demons as its heads, so he doesn't have a Slanesh one, as at the time the beast was created, Slanesh was imprisoned. Yeah. He has the armour of Morkar and Slayer of Kings, a potent flaming blade. And yeah, he has all the blessings of the ruinous powers, and is the High Commander of all the Pantheon of Chaos. Well, for the mortal followers anyway. So, as I mentioned eons ago, Archaon caused the destruction of the world that was. After his victory, he was cast into the void, only to be snatched from death by the Chaos Gods, who valued the champion greatly. With promises of power and glory and the chance to slay his hated foe Sigmar, the gods tempted Archaon to once again lead the forces to invade the mortal realms. So, the trials of glory, even for the ever-chosen, the Dark Gods give nothing without sacrifice. Each sent a mighty champion to slay Archaon, and each champion was defeated and fed to Archaon's demonic steed, Dorgar. And bleak triumph. So, Archaon's greatest victory in the Age of Chaos was in the Battle of the Burning Skies. With his vast strength, the ever-chosen held his own against the God King. Archaon's trickery caused Sigmar to lose his hammer, Gal Maraz, turning the tide of the battle and dooming the mortal realms to great suffering. It would take many years and much sacrifice for Gal Maraz to be reclaimed. So, yeah, he's a pretty bad dude. So, awesome model there, I must admit. Moving on then, so we have a collection article for Bastion Carthalos. So, Lord Commander of the Hammers of Sigmar, he rules over the entire storm host. For many years he commanded these forces from Azir, but now he ventures out to fight across the realms, bringing the judgment and wrath of Sigmar to his enemies. Yeah, he's the first Lord Commander, head of the host, and we can roll his chosen tactics and do his great deeds and even his epic deeds, as he is a named character. So then we have our build guide. So we want to build this into sub-assemblies to make painting easier. So sub-assembly 1 is literally his entire body. So you want to glue his leg in place first, then sandwich the other leg between the front and back body, adding on all the extra details. So his back icon there, his hammer. And yeah, there we have our final first sub-assembly. Sub-assembly 2 is leaving a chosen head attached to the frame. Sub-assembly 3 is gluing all the base detail down. And sub-assembly 4 is leaving the cape separate. And then we want to attach the shoulder pad and purity seal as well. So hold the cloak in place to help you complete the build, but don't glue it just yet. So yeah. And then after that, we can attach all the sub-assemblies to places. So head into his neck joint, foot onto the base, and cape into place there as well. So how to paint him, we're going to blue tack off the areas that we'll be attaching glue to later. We're going to leave his head on frame, so whichever one you choose. Then we want to base our entire model with Retributor armor paint first of all. Then we're going to start picking out the details. So we're going to pick out the black joints of the armor, leather details of catch and flesh, lead belcher on his silver skirt, and the head of the hammer, Corax white for the inside of his cape, as well as the belt buckle and his lightning bolts on his hip guards there. Corax White for his back icon, as well as the inside of his cape there. Then the outer of his hip skirt goes Cantor Blue, as well as the outer of his cape. Mephisto Red for any gems. Wraithbone for any parchment. Runelord Brass for his giant eagle head. Baraknar Burgundy for the haft of his hammer. And that's pretty much all our base coats. For the base, we're going to paint all over with Dawnstone, the Nagrax Earthshade, and the dry brush of Corax White. Picking out the dirt with Catachan Flesh, Nuln Oil, and Wraithbone. Runelord Brass on the skull and chains scattered around, and Wraithbone for any skulls. So after that, you can attach the body to the base. So remove your sticky tack and glue him down in place to where he belongs, because after that it's literally all shading. So I'm going to Nuln Oil the blue, silver and white areas, Agrax the Runelord Brass, Rykron Flesh Shade his silver armour, and Skeleton Horde the parchment. Then after we've done that, we can attach the cloak. So remove the sticky tack again from its locations, apply your glue and hold in position. Then we can shade the cloak with the Nuln Oil again. Now on to highlighting. So we're only going to be highlighting the areas that we can actually see. So Slanesh Grey is dry brushed over the haft of the hammer. Stormhost Silver for the gold armour as well as the silver details. And the shoulder pad there for the Runelord Brass. Dawnstone to highlight all the black areas. Balor Brown to highlight the leather. Wild Rider Red to highlight gemstones. White Scar to highlight his inner cape as well as all these lightning bolts and his belt buckle there. White Scar to highlight your skeletons and parchment. Cantor Blue is relayered over the blue areas before Texas Blue is used to highlight. Cyberite Green is heavily thinned to give a nice verdigris effect on the shoulder pad. Avalon Black for the coals before Dawnstone. Baraknar Burgundy, Nuln Oil and Slash Grey for the smoke for some strange reason. I thought red would have been a better colour. And then we're going to paint his head. So painting base coat all over with Catachan Flesh. Corax White for his beard. Retributor Armour for his circlet. Shade the entire model except for the circlet. Nuln Oil. Then circlet is shaded with Rykron Flesh Shade. Layer up Night Questel Flesh, White Scar for the beard, Stormhost Silver for the circlet. And to give him a glowing effect eyes, we're going to use Corax White, watered down Texas Blue, and then White Scar for the very dots to show him his awesome power. Remove the head, fill in the area of plastic, and then finally glue it down to his neck there. And there you have one finished Bastion Carthalos, who, yeah, he looks impressive, but I seriously think he'll look a lot better in red. Under what detail? Yeah, they do the key line of the cloak blue and then gold for the little axe symbol there, if you want to add that extra detail. And also, yeah, they've done it here. His knee is also the same colour as his shoulder pad there to help differentiate things. Yeah, an awesome model and one I'm looking forward to painting myself. So we got his rules. So he is, of course, pretty powerful. He has 8 wounds, bravery 10, a 3+ save, movement 6. He has his hammer Uskavar, the Sunderer. So he has the command ability, the Thunderborn. So once per turn in your hero phase, pick an enemy unit on the battlefield, roll dice equal to the wounds characteristics of that unit. For each 6, they suffer mortal wound. Castellan and Vizier at the start of the first battle round after determining who goes first, but before the first turn. Pick D3 units with the Hammers of Sigmar trait on the battlefield and set them up again. So yeah, pretty cool. It gives you a nice redeploy thing. Vessel of the Tempest gives you a 4+ ward. Voice of Thunder, once per turn, you can issue a command to a Hammers of Sigmar unit anywhere in the battlefield without the command point being spent. And Mantle of the First Storm, at the end of a phase, if the enemy models were slain by wounds caused by this unit's attacks, you can heal wounds allocated to this unit. Wow. So yeah, he's really tanky. And it's no wonder he's been given at the end of the collection, not at the start. So yeah, tutorials here for his different rules: the Thunderborn, Mantle of the First Storm, and Castellan of Azir. So as we see here, we've decided to strengthen our left flank by moving Bastion himself, or possibly Knight Arcanum. Yeah, looks like Knight Arcanum, and a squad of Praetors or Vigilors. Actually, no, it looks like the Vanquishers of the Swords. Really hard to tell. Yeah, it was Bastion. Moves Bastion over first, and then the sword dudes in front to better protect that flank. So yeah, pretty cool. Finally then, our battle plan of Last Stand, Valley of Shadows. So it's a all-out hero fest fight. So pick 5 heroes each side. We have just one mat, which is the Ulgu mat. 4 objectives, 1 on each of the long edges and 1 on the tip of the deployment territories. And so yeah, we've got special rules, shadow and illusion. So players must identify the true objective. So yeah, not going to be easy. So to do this, you roll a dice. On a 1 to 5, your investigation reveals the suspected objective is nothing more than a mirage. The marker is removed. On a 6, the objective is confirmed to be the real objective and can be contested by all players thereafter following normal rules. Once the real objective is revealed, all other suspected objectives are removed from the board. If only one suspected objective remains, this has now been considered the actual objective. And we've got the usual writing things down and place to score your points. As I said before, use pencil to better reuse this, or photocopy. So next time then, we have those awesome new Uruk Ard boys. We have the Fires of Civilization and more core tactics. Then 74 gives us our last terrain piece, the Guardian Idol, Anatomy of Grots, and learning about the Chaos Gods. Alright, I'll bring everything back in. I'll give you my final thoughts. So there we go. That was issue 72 of Stormbringer, and I think it's a pretty good issue. So £10 for, I believe it's like a £30 character model. Yeah, pretty good value there. Definitely going to be painting this guy myself in red to go with the rest of my Iron Thanes, and yeah, definitely going with that awesome double hammer pose to make him look a little bit more aggressive, and I think the helmet will look better than the bear head, which is odd because I normally usually go for the bear heads. Yeah, all in all, really cool model, and looking forward to building this guy myself. Yeah, definitely a good way of painting it as well, following that paint guide, keeping it in the sub-assemblies, then constructing it as you go along. I think I'll be doing that myself, following the paint guide as best I can for most of it, but of course I'm painting as Iron Thanes, so I'll be picking out the gold areas as red instead. I'll probably keep the iron, actually no, I'll probably do the Rune of Blast details as Retributor armor, and yeah, everything else as silver, as the red and silver is for the Iron Thanes Stormhost. Yeah, really cool model, and yeah, good value for the price of the issue. Issue itself, little light on reading, but a lot of it is given over to that awesome in-depth paint guide, which is very handy. And yeah, all you do is swap colours, and you can paint this guy in any Stormhost you want. And we also get a awesome 5v5 battle there for heroes on a single mat. So that's pretty cool. And get a chance for you to use your new hero, as well as any other heroes you've recently had in the collection. Alright, I think that's it for this issue, so thank you all very much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this in the comment section down below, and until next time, stay safe and happy hobbying. Goodbye.